Logically, he's right.
Yet it seems so unrealistic.
The whole thing's unrealistic, but after the darkness death, there's no question of accident or suicides. It's murder.
If it is one of them, who do you think it is?
I suppose you're excluding the two of us, and in that case, I would say Mordred.
No? Why?
First of all, he's an old man that's been presiding over reports of laws for many years now. He's played God Almighty a good many times. That must go to a man's head eventually. It's possible that his brain might snap, and he might want to play the role of executioner as well.
I suppose it's possible.
Well, who do you plumb for?
Dr. Armstrong.
Doctor, eh? Would have guessed him last.
Oh no, think about it. 2 of the deaths have been poisoned. That rather points to a doctor. And the only thing that we're sure Mrs. Rogers had before she went to bed was the sedative that he gave her.
I suppose that's true.
Besides, if a doctor went mad, it would be a long time before anyone noticed.
Yes, but I doubt he could have killed MacArthur. He wouldn't have had time he hadn't have had time during the short while I left him.
He had an opportunity later when he went to call the general to lunch.
So you think he did it then?
What risk was there? He's the only one on the island with any medical knowledge. He can swear that the body's been dead for at least an hour, and who's to contradict him?
That's a clever idea of yours. I wonder.
We must get out of here at all costs.
I don't pretend to be a weather expert, but I should say that even if they did know of our plight, the boat would not be able to reach us for at least 24 hours. That is, only if the wind drops.
And in the meantime, we shall all be murdered in our sleep. There have already been 3 murders.
You must remember that they were unprepared for the attack, but we are being forewarned.
But what can we do? We have no idea who it could be.
I wouldn't like to say that.
You mean, you know?
I believe, given the current circumstances, only one person can be deemed responsible for what has happened.
A terrible thing has happened. General MacArthur is dead. There is no doubt that he was murdered. After lunch, the judge gave a most interesting speech. He seems to be convinced that the murderer is one of us. This means one of us is possessed by a devil, which I never suspected. The others are still asking themselves which one of them is the murderer. I alone know. The murderer's name, Beatrice Taylor. I didn't write that, did I? I must be going mad.
Sleeping around the clock, are we? What is it? Has anyone called you for tea yet? Do you know what time it is? 25 to 10.
Wouldn't believe I could sleep that late.
Where's Rogers? Don't know. Couldn't find him in his room. And there's not fire started yet in the kitchen. Well, where the devil can he be? You go see if the others know something. I'll meet you downstairs.
You don't think he's waiting for us, do you?
I could believe anything at this point.
I advise we stick together until we find him.
He must be out on the island somewhere.
See, as high as ever. I shouldn't think any boat could reach us today.
Were you out all morning? Did you?
I
Don't you realize how foolish that was?
I assure you, Mr. Bloor, I kept an extremely sharp lookout.
Well, did your sharp lookout happen to spot Rogers?
Rogers, I haven't seen him this morning. Why?
Well, I see you set the table for breakfast.
Look,
Indians. There are only 6.
Would have required great force, Doctor.
A woman could have done it if that's what you mean. The girl easily could have done it. And besides, you must remember that anyone who is mentally unhinged has a surprising amount of strength.
The prints were wiped off this axe.
Do they keep bees on this island? Tell me, where do I go for honey? Oh, don't stare like that, as though you thought I was mad. It's sane enough what I'm asking. Bees? Honey? Oh, don't you understand? Haven't you read that idiotic rhyme? It's in your bedrooms for all of you to study. I know the whole thing by heart. 7 little Indian boys chopping up sticks. One chopped himself in halves, and then there were 6. And the next verse. 6 little Indian boys playing with a hive. A bumblebee stung one, and then there were 5. So that's why I'm asking. Do they keep bees on this island? Isn't it funny? Isn't it damned funny?
Put yourself together!
I'm sorry. Miss Brett and I are making breakfast. I came to get sticks for the fire.
Well, you handled that quite well, Lombard.
Had to. Couldn't cope with any more hysteria.
She's not that hysterical type.
She's a healthy, sensible girl. Just the sudden shock. It happens to the best of us.
Breakfast will be ready in half an hour.
You know what I'm thinking? Don't see why I should guess, as you're about to tell me.
Thinking it was perfectly natural for Miss Claythorne to seem a bit hysterical. Miss Brent, all prim and calm, wrapped up in Mrs. Rogers' apron, saying, "Breakfast will be ready in half an hour." If you ask me, she's as mad as a hatter. A lot of elderly spinsters go queer in the head. You know, she sits in her room reading the Bible.
That's no judgment of an unbalanced mentality, Lord.
But then this morning she said she'd been out to look at the sea. She would only go out if she knew she had nothing to fear. But if she was innocent, she would have been too afraid to go out.
If Roger's murderer had any sense, he or she would be sleeping in their bed, snoring away, not wandering the entire island.
Well, there are a few things I'd like to know about.
What might they be?
Why you brought the revolver to an unpleasant social visit.
Well, Lord, you're not as dull as you look.
That doesn't answer my question.
I suppose I haven't been telling the complete truth. I was sent here by this Morris fellow for 100 guineas to watch over everyone on the island. Now I realize those 100 guineas are just another part of UNO's plan. For this is his plan. It's a trap, all of it. All the deaths, everything.
Vera, that toast is burning.
I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Miss Wright, you're wonderfully calm.
I was brought up to clear head and never make a fuss.
But aren't you afraid? Or don't you mind dying?
The Lord is mindful of his own. I won't die. The others will die, but not I.
Everything's ready.
May I get you some coffee, Miss Brent?
Another piece of toast, Mr. Ward.
A slice of ham, Miss Claiborne.
What next? What next? Who?
Would it work? I wonder. It's worth trying, if there's time.
Religious mania, that's the ticket. Looking at her, though, you can hardly believe it. I suppose I'm wrong.
It's crazy. Everything's crazy. I'm going crazy. Wool disappearing, curtains vanishing. It doesn't make sense.
The fool, he believed everything I said to him. It was so easy. I must be careful, though.
Only 6 of the little Indians. I wonder how many there will be by tonight.
Who had the last egg? Marmalade?
Another piece of toast. Miss Claiborne.
I think it would be advisable if we met, say, half an hour from now in the living room.
I'll clear away and wash up.
I'll take the rest of the pantry for you. I'll help you wash.
Thank you. I'll help as well. Oh, dear.
Is everything all right, Mr. Brent?
Love to help Claiborne, but a little bit giddy.
Quite natural. Delayed shock. I can get you something
No,
to...
I don't wish to take anything. I'll just sit here until the giddiness passes.
As you wish, Miss Brent.